Okay, so let's go into your reading. So we see the Three of Wands. Wands can relate to it is fire energy, and this is where you are now. You are possibly going to be traveling, looking overseas, looking for improvement, because it is rods. 3 is expansion. It deals with either a relationship, career, project, it's fertility, it's abundance that you're looking out for, and you're waiting for your ships to come in. So you're waiting expectantly, and you know, when you expect, you attract. So where you are now is you expecting something to come into that you've put a lot of passion into, and waiting for that to come through. We see the birds as well, which is purity, having a view. We see the water and the calm emotions, that the water is very calm there, and very balanced as well. This card, because there's 3, 2 is always a choice. So you've made a choice about something, and now you must wait for the results. Whether you are patient or impatient doesn't really matter. It won't affect the outcome. So you're watching out for it. You're definitely watching out for it. It is, though, a good opportunity to learn patience and self-control. And that also said patience and self-control. Basically, be aware of agitated action, because it is fire. You know, fire burns through everything. Fire can burn. You know, although it is frustrating to be still, because you want action, let things take their course. And don't work yourself up unnecessarily. That's also a meaning of the card. But you're all waiting for your ships to come in. And we go on to the next card in the second place, which is what is in your future. Now this is very much your energy. You are the Swords energy, air energy. And we have an ace. An ace is an opportunity, a gift from the universe. Swords are brutal truth that comes through, because only pure logic is entertained here. We see this sword. But it's also having victory over truth. We see blue, and then the sword is actually made out of gold. And it is a gift of intellect and of your rational mind. It's a powerful, and yet it's a dangerous gift. The sword of truth can pierce through confusing problems, because it deals with the mind, and the mind is very complex. And it also deals with how you perceive reality. By extending the sword, it would be in communication. Your words can heal or they can hurt, because a sword, you know, it is a sharp instrument. So you have a gift of thought, and so if you use it rightly, to see the world clearly, to communicate well, and you'll create a happy, healthy reality. So be aware of having possibly a sharp tongue, a clever wit, or a desire for honesty are gifts of the sword. But a sharp tongue is as well. There are 2 sides to the sword. So don't use them in a destructive manner. And you've also been warned there, you know, to be careful of that ferocious energy that possibly could be around you. I'll actually set these up better so that we can see them. The next card, your third card, the Nine of Pentacles, is what is on your mind. And the 9 is an end of a cycle. It's a card of the independent person. It can be male or female. We see that she has a lot that she's worked in Pentacles. She's worked in a very stable way, and worked hard for what she has, and she has all this luxury around her. So you've accomplished much that makes you proud, because you've created a life that you enjoy and that satisfies you with your luxury. And you've done it with your truth and passion. We have blue and red here. In spite of your choices, though, you don't feel lonely, because 9 is always stand alone. You don't feel lonely because of what you got. But you need to be aware you may have been happy and not lonely, but there may come a time when that changes, because 9 is the end of a cycle. And we have the butterfly effect here. The smallest things you do have a ripple effect and come back to you as well. So don't be afraid to change your lifestyle and find something special to share, or someone special to share it with. And then the next card here, which is about your career and your achievements. So the Page of Pentacles is a messenger. He brings you information about work, about something tangible, about value. We see the peacock here, we see the pentacle. But you're not actually looking at him. If you see, you aren't looking at him. You're waiting for something else. And here is bringing the message to you about abundance, and you're not focused on it. So possibly there's information that you might be missing, and that's why you need to make a choice there. Or you're not really interested in this earthy groundedness that has a lot of abundance and merit to it, because we see flowers and the colorful peacock. And here we also have a bird here. It's a falcon, meaning she's got focus on what you're doing. You have focus, but yet you're not possibly listening to a message about your career and your achievements. Something about your achievements, a message about your career and your achievements. Then we go to the next one, and that's your influences. Now, the Two of Swords is a choice. It's using your head, because we have the swords again, to make your choice, using your intuition as well. We see she has a sort of blindfold on her eyes. So this card is saying that this woman doesn't dance elegantly between intellect and intuition because of the moon and the blindfold, and intellect is the swords, and you are the swords energy. Somehow not engaged, making no progress, a battle between head and heart that remained unresolved. Normally you see her covering her heart. The head and the heart never think the same, so it is difficult. And this is your influence in this. So there is some sort of choice here. You're faced with a decision and you aren't sure what to do, but you have to decide. So remove your blindfold and look squarely at the situation. And you can do that, Libra, when you don't weigh your scales continually. Most likely you know what to do, but you are afraid, fear. Be aware of ignoring the situation for too long, because pretending it isn't there won't make it go away. So that's a choice that has to be made and taken. Then we move on to the next card, which is the base or the foundation of your matter. And here we have the Knight of Wands. Now the Knight is fire energy, and this is the card of moving, possibly moving home, moving work, but a situation moving on and taking action, because we have fire here again. The rods. Knights go out for a conquest. So you going out with a goal in mind, and you're ready to defend it with a lot of passion. We have the red, you have your armor on, you're defending it, you're moving. This knight moves. He's the fastest knight of all. He's like a flash in a pan sometimes, because he just goes. He is fire. He wants what he wants. And if it is a person in your life, but it is the basis of or the foundation of whatever this is. If it is a person, he would be younger because he's a knight, not necessarily, but he has a goal in mind, and he's all geared up and action orientated towards it. And it could be a fire sign, which would be Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius. So there is movement here. I do believe it's you taking the action for your goal, where you make your decision, your choice. And it is about career again, King of Pentacles. another court card. It could be somebody in your life, but this is the unexpected or the surprise. So maybe it is a person who will be earthy and grounded. He's a good businessman. It might be a boss in authority. He is a king, so he's mature. Whatever he touches turns to gold. So he's pretty solid. He has value. He gives good advice. He checks his details. There's a lot of calmness and peace. We see this meadow here, and then we see the shiny throne that he's on. He's ready to go, but he's relaxed about decisions and choices. He doesn't fly off like the knight might. He thinks about it. He ponders on what he must do, and then he makes his decision. We do see the sun peering out behind him here, so he has vision. He does see everything clearly and in a very authoritative way, but he's kind-hearted and he's fair and he's very balanced as well. If it is a person, it would be the earthy signs, which would be a Virgo, a Capricorn, or a Taurus, and would be fair. He could lend a helping hand. You are goal-orientated or moving, taking the action towards it, but he doesn't seem to be looking your way. So he has his rod there making the ruling. Maybe you need to speak with more clarity, if that is it, or this could be you finally finding a business opportunity that is pretty solid and moving forward as well. But there is forward movement here towards this after your decision is made. It is about a career, I think, or I do think it is a lot about career here, or a relationship and moving forward, because there's a lot of passion and stability here as well.